JB Danquah is known today as one of the founders of the UGCC, a movement that fought for the independence of Ghana. But before he was known as this liberation leader, the people of the Gold Coast regarded JB Danquah as one of the legal minds that would argue the cases of the natives in the colonial courts. Some of his popular cases involved fetish priests who were banned by the colonial government for trying to cure people of witchcraft. The period of 1927 saw the colonial government desperately trying to curb the activities of witchcraft curing by the fetish priests of that time. In February of that year, a woman, Amakotoko, was accused by her husband of being a witch. And for 3 days, she was taken through a process by an Nkona fetish priest to cure her of witchcraft. During that time, she died, and her uncle petitioned the colonial government, accusing the chiefs and the fetish priests of being responsible for his niece's death. Around this time, that three Achim Ibuakwa chiefs petitioned the colonial government to allow the Nkona priests to practice, as there was no evidence that they were responsible for the woman dying during the process. In order to be heard by the colonial government, they hired a lawyer, J.B. Danquah, who had just returned from England and was looking for various ways to challenge the colonial power. In his petition to the local government, J.B. Danquah argued for a modified form of Nkona worship, because according to him, simply prohibiting it did not spiritually end the worship of Nkona. However, his petition was turned down by the colonial government. 5 years later, another woman was accused of witchcraft. Now, this woman, who was a convert to Christianity, had her family arguing with the native tribunal that she was a Christian and as such could not be taken through this form of witchcraft curing. When this case became a national news item, J.B. Danquah was once again hired by the fetish priest who was involved in this particular case. And J.B. Danquah once again went to the colonial government and said, instead of banning the process outright, it is necessary to allow for voluntary participation. J.B. Danquah's argument this time around was accepted by the colonial government. If you're a big fan of history and would want to read more about Ghana's pre-colonial history, I would want to recommend the Usurp History, which focuses on the story of Osei and Okomfo. It's told in the form of a story and it doesn't feel much like a history lesson. If you want a copy and you're in Ghana, there's a number scrolling on your screen that you can call. And if you're outside of Ghana, please log on to Amazon and get a copy.